Ford aims to sell 600,000 electric vehicles inside of 2 years, says CEO Jim Farley. But he says that they need help from the United States government to make sure that actually happens. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans, and I'm coming to you here from Melbourne, Australia. This channel hasn't been around for all that long. Only started in around about May of last year. So I want to say a big thank you to the subscribers that have been with us through this journey. Really appreciate your support. And welcome to all the new subscribers to the channel. Great to have you here. Great to have all of you. All of you, awesomeness. You know, EVs this year are going to there's going to be some amazing stories to share with you guys this year. I've seen some very interesting stuff coming out of China. There's some amazing work being done with LFP batteries. As well as that, solid state batteries, some electric cars. This year, there's going to be more new electric cars revealed and sold than any other year in history. I mean, I'm talking by a factor of 2 or 3. It's going to be an insane year. Now, Ford, what's going on? Well, as you all know, Ford has continued to change their minds like someone with bipolar, but it's been good. It's been great because Ford keep on saying, we've realized that it's like an iPhone moment and everyone wants EVs. And then they basically say, we've changed our minds. We're going to build twice as many EVs. And then they change their minds again. We're going to build twice as many more as what we said last week. And they keep on changing their minds, but it's been in a good way because obviously Ford, surprisingly, I don't know why, but they didn't expect to get more than 200,000 reservations for the F-150 electric pickup truck. But I don't know why that wouldn't have been obvious after seeing Tesla get, 400,000 reservations for the Model 3 and then 1.3 million for the Tesla pickup truck, the Cybertruck. I mean, I know, sure, those 1.3 million didn't happen overnight. But by the time Ford had announced the F-150 electric pickup, they surely must have known that there was enormous demand for this kind of vehicle. Now, Ford CEO Jim Farley, who, by the way, I have a lot of respect for, participated in an interview this morning with Fox Business. Later, the CEO will join President Joe Biden, GM CEO Mary Barra, and others not including Elon Musk for a meeting about the future of EVs, among other related topics. He said Ford aims to deliver some 600,000 electric vehicles in 22 months from now. So, less than 2 years, Ford plan on delivering 600,000 EVs. This is what he said. We have to catch up. We're going to do the investment in the product and capacity expansion and make vehicles as affordable as possible. That's very important. We need the government's help to make the switch to e-mobility through consumer incentives. Now, I think the number one most important thing Ford need is production. Realistically, they need to have the production lines set up. In addition to that, of equal importance is simply getting enough battery capacity. I think Ford's making a huge mistake only working with SK Innovation. I believe they should be doing what Tesla's doing. What are Tesla doing? Well, number one, they're manufacturing their own batteries. That's good. I mean, that'll take 4 years, but they can get started now. In addition to that, they work with CATL, the largest battery manufacturer in the world. Then they've got a contract with BYD. They've got another contract with LG Chem or LG Energy Solutions. They've got another contract with Panasonic in the United States and Panasonic in Japan. I mean, seriously, look at what Tesla are doing. Why is it that these legacy automotive companies are not saying, you know what, Tesla has set the blueprint. We need to copy them. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me because the Chinese automakers are more than willing to copy Tesla. In fact, they're very willing to copy them. They're willing to copy them and then try to do it one better. And it's not seen as a mark of shame. So personally, I can't understand why General Motors and Ford are both trying to rewrite the book on how to do EVs by doing them in the way that they're doing them. And obviously General Motors, they're doing the same thing as Ford. They only have one battery supplier, primarily anyway, for their North American operations, or which is going to be the majority of their operations. And that is LG Chem or LG Energy Solutions. Now, I think both Ford and General Motors need to step outside this paradigm and have a look at what even Volkswagen, they're using multiple battery suppliers as well. Now, Ford has already committed to significantly increasing the production of its current and upcoming electric vehicles, which is great news, and hopefully they succeed. Such as these include the Mustang Mach-E and the Ford F-150 Lightning. Now, I've pointed out recently that Ford are doing this at a cost elsewhere. what is that cost? Well, it's significant. Ford is saying that in order to increase production of the Mustang Mach-E, they have to put on hold development of production of the other EV that they had planned to build. So it is coming at a cost, this increased production of the Mach-E. Now, Ford points out demand vastly exceeds its expectations as the reason for its change of plans. They've said this every time they've changed their plans. And it's true. Demand is astronomical. Early on, Ford said it would build around 40,000 Lightning electric pickup trucks per year. 40,000. In other words, a tiny percentage of the millions they build per year. Though it nearly doubled that number twice since then, aiming for 150,000 per year now. Farley made reference to successful electric vehicle adoption in China and in Europe. Now, Inside EV says they pointed to the ridiculous demand for EVs in other areas around the globe. He emphasized the need to catch up. However, when Farley said we have to catch up, he wasn't referring specifically to General Motors or Tesla, but for the US as a whole. That said, Farley continues to make it clear that in order for the US to catch up with other successful EV markets, automakers need government support. Sadly, Biden's recent attempt to offer incentives for electric vehicles did not pass. And right now, the United States government is still handing out, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to Japan and Europe and other countries. Why is that happening? Well, that's because General Motors and Tesla no longer qualify for the federal government's EV incentive. So they don't get the money, and companies such as Toyota and Volkswagen do get the money, and South Korea as well, with Hyundai and Kia. Now, the Ford CEO went on to say that he believes Ford is one of the first companies to scale related to future electric vehicles. He continued, I think we're one of the first to scale. We've committed to 600,000 units in 22 months from now. What makes us different is we're electrifying our most iconic vehicles where we sell the best. Now, is this actually true? One of the first? Well, depends if that includes, depends on how many people you include in this idea of one of the first. Clearly Volkswagen are a bit ahead of Ford, a fair bit ahead. Clearly Tesla are way ahead. Clearly BYD are way ahead. And then the other question is, what about the Chinese automakers? Well, it looks as though 6 to 7 million EVs will be sold in China over the next 12 months. So even if Ford does produce, say, 200,000 EVs this year, that would still only be around 5% of the total that we sold in China. Now, Ford's meeting with General Motors and President Joe Biden will shed more light on Ford's plans, as well as the plans of General Motors and other companies. Once again, unfortunately, Tesla are not invited or included in the meeting, which has left many EV fans rightfully confused or disappointed. I think that's fair. However, Tesla will be hosting its own meeting today for shareholders, which it just did. And I reported on the results, which were absolutely spectacular. Tesla posted a massive profit, more than $2 billion, gross operating margins over 30%, and discussed its plans for the next 12 months. Now, they also pointed out that the new Tesla Model Y, which I talked about, using 4680 battery cells, will in fact come with 4680 battery cells. They're already being built right now, come with the gigacastings, and also come with a structural battery pack. 3 things that the rest of the industry isn't doing, but I believe will eventually follow Tesla. Now, obviously Jim Farley is referring to manufacturers in general when he refers to needing to catch up as the United States. He's referring also to market penetration. Now, the United States, yes, you need to catch up. Australia, yes, we need to catch up badly. Now, in Europe, EVs made up 15% of all new car sales in 2021. In China, that number was 20% by the end of the year. In the USA, for the entirety of 2021, it was only 4%. And with fewer models to choose from, it seems fair enough. General Motors and Ford and the other big players in the US outside of Tesla just haven't been producing enough electric cars. Now, clearly Tesla can't prop up the entire US electric car market. So let's hope that Ford and General Motors follow through with their plans. But let's hope that more than that happens and they actually start to accelerate those plans as much as possible, because that's what we need to happen. Clearly, really, GM and Ford, we need to get them to happen. We need to get things to move along faster. We need support from the government, like we're seeing in China, like we're seeing in Europe. The US, come on, government, come to the party. What do we need to do? What can we do? What can we do here on the YouTube channel? Is there anything we can do? I don't know. Let me know if there is, because honestly, I would love to see things change in the US. I know they're going to, but to speed things up, that would be even better. So this is all I have to say. Jim Farley, great. Now get to work. Thanks for watching the channel. Look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Bye-bye.